Hiya Mark, great as always to meet up with you at the range, do some work, or at the practice ground in this instance, and do some work on your pitching. Obviously, we talked about the effect this is going to have directly on your scoring. It's one area of your game that personally I feel you really need to tighten up to take you to the level that you should be at as a player. So the things we discussed obviously privately, and I will forward you some details about the way you should practice your wedge play over the coming days. Big issue we have here is that the club is releasing a little bit too much. We're losing the right hand flying wedge, we're losing the left hand flying wedge, and there's a stark contrast there through the ball compared to Tiger down at the bottom. Now, you know, releasing the club, using the bounce, etc, etc, that's fine, but if we're not getting a strike, we're very shallow with no penetration on the shots, then it's time to change a few things. Initially though, this was happening because of how far out of alignment we were. We were aimed too far to the right. You can see the position here of the club coming into impact. Our target at this point is here. So we're about to dispatch this ball way to the right of that green unless we release everything, rotate the club face over, and you can see that this ball actually missed the flag to the right, but it starts a good 15 feet left of where you're actually aligned. So that's like a pull, almost like a pull cut. It depends what you're doing. You sometimes you roll the wrist and you pull it. Other times you flex the wrist and you feel the ball slide up the club face, and it's a weak one to the right of the flag, but to the left of where we're initially going to hit it. So the first thing was to line this thing up a little bit better, which you can see here now on the bottom left, or the bottom centre should I say, we've done. Much better. Initially that was a better strike, a little bit more downward hit on it. And that's what we talked about. We talked about trying to feel a little bit more like Paul Azinger with his wedges. So we want you hitting down on the ball a little bit more rather than trying to sweep the ball off and release it all the time. There's a massive difference there between the two leading edges on the way through. Well, that's like 30 degrees, 25 degrees different. So big change there, less of a flip because we're coming into the golf ball from a much better angle. So more of an idea of playing the ball down, and then we give you this drill to feel what should be happening with the flying wedges. You're going to set yourself up and drive the club into the ground. You can see the contrast there between where we are at the start, where we've lost both, to where we are now, where we've maintained both. So a little bit more of a playing down of the wedges, and certainly more scoring of your practice when you're working on the short game. Good luck with it, keep up the good work, and look forward to working with you again through the autumn and winter months. Well done.